Hi guys and welcome to the show today. Today we are with Mr. Tarun Garg, who of course is the big boss of marketing and sales at Hyundai Motor India. And we are here at the unveil, you can call it the unveil, of the all-new Alcazar, which I'll show you in another video. But today we're here to talk about the SUV market, about Hyundai's plans, and of course the big challenges that not only Hyundai but the entire auto industry is facing. So first of all, sir, thank you so much for being with us. Just briefly tell us about the Alcazar, where you're positioning it, because I think it's going to be one of the few cars which are in the SUV premium segment, but also a 7-seater. So what's the positioning of the car? Just tell us about that.
So thank you, Ashish. As you know, SUV segment is really growing in India, and it now contributes almost 34% to the overall market. And Hyundai has just sold 1 million SUVs and also attained the market leadership. And we have some very exciting products, whether it is the Tucson or the Creta or the Venue and the Kona. At the same time, our market research suggested that customers were really looking for a premium SUV where they can travel together in space with their families. Also, some people, they wanted to really go on long journeys, and they were looking for really comfort, space, convenience, technology. Also, sometimes they wanted more space for their sports equipment, at the back. So all in all, very clearly a market exists, where customers are really willing to upgrade, because we have also sold more than 600,000 Cretas in the Indian market.
Correct.
And many of these customers want to really upgrade, and Alcazar would prove to be a very great option for them. So that is where we feel that yes, the timing is right, and I believe the customers are really going to like this product.
Okay. Last year was a very tough year for everyone, I think. And you were only ones actually who were launching. I think you launched the maximum number of cars. You launched 11 cars in total with the variants. What do you think? How is it going to go forward for this year now? Because COVID is again making a comeback.
These questions were asked from us, that will Hyundai postpone the plans? But at Hyundai we have always believed that no, we have to really go ahead and execute the plans.
Correct.
And we were able to do that. We launched the Verna, we launched the i20, and some exciting variants. We launched the IMT technology as well, and frankly it was a great year again, because we ended up with a 17.4% market share, which incidentally is the highest ever market share that we have attained in India. Also, we attained the SUV leadership, because SUV segment is not only the fastest growing but the most prestigious. So things are looking good. Now in 21 we are launching the Alcazar, and I think the customer demand continues to be robust, not only for SUVs but across segments. We have seen the demand coming in, whether it's a Nios or the Verna or the i20, because what COVID has done is the need for safe personal mobility has come to the forefront of every customer's needs, and that has really helped increase the market. And I think March was the 8th month of growth over last year, and we see a strong demand pull coming from all across the country.
Well, so that was about your year last year. Let's get back to this car, the Alcazar. What do you think will be the big differentiator with this car and the rivals? Because you have some strong competition out there. The Safari is there, and the Hector Plus is there. So what do you think is going to be the big factor which differentiates it?
Look, like I said, when we are launching a product, we are frankly trying to create a segment. So here, if I talk about Alcazar, the great thing is it's a very good mix of great design, something great to drive, and of course a lot of convenience, space and comfort in the car. Whether it is the features, whether it is the engine, the third generation petrol new engine, it gives a power of 159 PS. And of course we have that strong BS6 diesel, which is very highly fuel efficient as well. So, and it gives 6MT as well as 680 options, both in petrol and diesel. So all in all, it will really give a lot of options to the customers: 6-seater, 7-seater, petrol, diesel, MT, 80. So I think all in all, it is going to be a product which will not only satiate the wanderlust of the customers, it will also give them a feeling of safety, because we have used more than 75% AHSS and HSS. It will also come with the Hyundai's strong dealership network, the service that comes with it, the great spare parts support that we always provide. Of course, the branding, because we are now the #1 SUV maker. So we know that the customer expectation from Hyundai are very high, and we have right from the manufacturing stage to the marketing stage, we have really tried to make sure that we meet the expectations of these customers.
Well, sir, I'm going to try and push a little bit on that. In terms of the pricing, I think the pricing is going to be the key. Where do you think they will position the car? Will it undercut rivals? Will it go over them? Because you also have the Tucson. So pricing is going to be very key. If you overprice it, I mean, if you stretch the budget a little bit, then I think it'll get into the Tucson territory. So have you planned that out? What are you planning for that?
So look, now we have been in India for 25 years as far as HMI is concerned, and we fully understand that the Indian customer, he's a very, very value conscious customer. At the same time, once you give him features, once you give him technology, once you give him great powertrain options, he knows that yes, this is worth the price that I'm paying. So yes, we are still working on the pricing. There's a huge gap. If you see the Creta, the average price would be somewhere around 12-13 lakhs.
Correct.
If you see the Tucson, it is about 25-26 lakhs. So I think a huge gap exists, and I think we should be able to find a good space to really price it at which the customer feels value, finds value in the car, and then he can really enjoy the car.
Okay. And my last question, my final question will be, you are the leaders in the SUV segment. This will be your 5th SUV. I think you're the only ones who have so many options out there. Rivals, I think, only offer 1 or 2 SUVs maximum. So where do you think is the SUV market heading? There are lots of talks about more premium cars. And so just give us your take on that. What do you think?
So Ashish, like I said earlier, right from a 13.5% penetration in the overall market in 2015, today it is 34% the SUV contribution. So the trend is definitely there. Indian customers, we feel even in the next few years, their preference for SUVs will continue to increase. And now that we have such a strong portfolio of SUVs, and of course the love and affection of the Indian customers, this trend will stay, and we will have that edge because we have been able to spot this trend earlier, and we are kind of owning the space of SUVs. So I think we'll continue to excite the market with more and more products, and we feel that yes, customers' expectations from Hyundai should keep on increasing because that really peps it up and motivates us to do even better. At the same time, I think opportunities exist in all segments in India. Okay. So we are looking at the Verna because people are talking about sedans, the contribution coming down. But the Verna, since we have launched it, I think it is really good, doing a very, very steady performance, consistently doing 2,000 to 2,500. Okay. Similarly, we are seeing a very good traction in the i20 space or the Nios, segment as well. So I think right now, because of the customer's need for personal mobility, I think the demand is coming across spectrum. And in India specifically, with the car, penetration being as low as 26 per thousand, we feel market is still maturing, and there is a lot of potential to really, grow more.
Well, so that was Tarun Garg giving us his ideas, his thoughts about the SUV market, his leadership in the SUV segment, of course, and also briefly telling us about their plans with the Alcazar. So thank you so much, sir, for being with us. So thank you so much for your time, and wish you all the best with the all new Alcazar.
Thank you, Ashish. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much, and all the best to you.